Welcome to Ignite Success. I'm your host, Snowden McFall, professional speaker, author, trainer, and coach. And I am so delighted today to share with you an incredible role model, the Executive Vice President of Baptist Health, Audrey Moran. Welcome, Audrey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It is such a pleasure to have you here. You know, I have in my questionnaire when I have guests on what women they most admire in the area, and your name comes up more than anybody else.
Oh, thank you.
And you are such an inspiration and role model. You just received the Lifetime Achievement Award from Eve. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I was very surprised. I was called by the Florida Times Union that I had been selected this year in their 50th year of giving the award, and very humbling, very happy. It was a wonderful day.
And, you know, I think one of the things that was most inspirational about all the incredible work that you've done, and you've done so much. I mean, you've been in public office, you've worked under Mayor Delaney, you were CEO of Salzbacher, you've been an incredible attorney, and you've done so many things, and now at Baptist. You really fired us up that day. You had a strong message, and it was very compelling. You want to share with our audience what that was?
Sure. I thought a lot about how to use the few minutes that I had, and I knew I would be speaking to a lot of amazing women across our city, and so I spoke about the importance of using our voice and really standing up for the things that we believe in. And I think sometimes in our democracy, we let other people do the heavy lifting.
That's right.
And we don't speak up for things that we believe in and are passionate about. And if women do that on a regular basis, we can change the world. And I really, really believe that.
You know, I do too. My philosophy and my belief is that women will change the world, that women, because of our emotional intelligence, our willingness to collaborate, to come together, to share ideas, and really to make decisions for the highest good of all, not just special interests. I see that women are the future of the world, and I believe you share that philosophy.
Absolutely, I do.
So how can we cultivate that more? How can we cultivate women to speak up more and share their voice? And I know women do so much, but I don't know that we're as verbal and as vocal as we need to be.
So I think taking advantage of every opportunity we have. All of us have different points of power in our life, perhaps is a good way to put it.
Oh, I love that.
So perhaps you're leading a PTA, perhaps you're leading a nonprofit, perhaps you serve on a board of directors, perhaps you hold a powerful position in your organization. Your voice, working on behalf of the good of all, is very, very important. And I really believe as you move through your career, you have a responsibility to use that power to lift up others. And I think when people see others using their voice, it encourages that in themselves. And so I think it's reminding ourselves, it's sharing the credit, it is applauding people when they do speak up.
That's right.
Even when it's difficult.
Right.
I think those are the things that are going to see more and more people come forward and say, I can do that too. I can be part of that conversation. I can be part of that change.
Right, and I think that also not moving into againstness. You know, I think I think so often in our society, particularly right now, there's so much polarization. And I was really upset to learn that the bullying in the workplace, the largest amount of it is women against women. And I really believe women should be supporting women and encouraging women. And instead of going into againstness, coming together and cheering and buoying each other up and supporting and encouraging. And I think you're right, it starts at every level, doesn't it?
It really does. And I think on the whole in Jacksonville, women do a good job of lifting each other up.
Yes, they do.
There are certainly exceptions.
They do.
But I think one of the things that makes our community really special is the support women give each other. I know I've experienced that during my career. I know you have, Snowden.
Yes.
And I think that's something that we need to continue through the generations as well. Not go to againstness, to use your words, but to really, I'm a great believer in a rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Yes,
When one does well, we all do well. And that's true of us as individuals, of us as communities, of us as a country. And we've really got to believe that and work on that.
I agree. Well, and you said this that day at Eve, that this is in a unique community and that it does really have amazing women who support each other. And, I was in California for a little while. I had moved here 13 years ago, went to California for a year and came back. And as wonderful as California is, nothing is like Jacksonville. I miss my women friends. I miss my women's organizations. I miss the culture and the climate of women encouraging each other. And I think that's so important.
Well, and you have a whole TV show about it.
I sure do.
We have enough amazing women that you could have a whole show
that's right,
about the amazing women in this city.
That's right. So is there any particular thing that you would want us to focus on as we go forward, besides lifting each other up and getting out there and sharing your voice? Is there any last piece of advice you'd like to share with people in this segment?
Get involved in local government. And that means as simple as voting to as complicated as running for office yourself.
Yes.
I think the more women we have in leadership, that's how we're really going to affect change in community. And if any women out there are thinking about running for office, we need you.
Yes.
We need your voice. We need your talent. And the best place to make change is in local government.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Audrey. You're an incredible role model and inspiration to so many, and we so appreciate you.
Thank you, Snowden.
Thank you.